All right, what's up, fight fans? Big E here for Combat Sports News and the GRP. We're here today with a man who has fought in professional boxing, competed in power slap, and is getting dirty again with the dirty boxing. You already know who it is, Mr. Wolf, Rob Perez. How you doing, bro?
You already know,
Yeah,
baby. I'm doing amazing. I'm doing great. God is good. I can't complain.
gotta love the howl, man. I love it. You get people hyped up, man. I'm looking at your Instagram. I'm ready to see you fight right now.
Yeah, man. I'm always ready to throw down. You know,
Yeah,
you don't got to get ready if you stay ready. So, and
I hear
I
that.
hate that I gotta wait like a month or two out from each fight to fight. It's terrible.
Yeah, you're ready to fight every day, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
At least you get that working and training and stuff, though. So I'm sure you get it out a little bit.
A little bit, but not like fight night though.
Yeah, all that intensity built up and all the show, the lights. DBX looks badass, man. I can't say enough about how much I like that organization. I feel like it's perfect. I feel like you're made for it. I feel like it's perfect for you. Mike Perry being at the head of that, it seems like the best way to operate, and you fit in there so perfectly, man. And I love watching you do it.
Thank you, man. I love what they're doing. Everyone tells me the same thing. You know, it's a perfect fit for me. You know, I just like to get violent and physical, man, and this rule set I'm allowed to. So I love it. I love what Mike Perry and everybody behind him is doing, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, and moving into coming over from just straight up boxing. I mean, you did the power slap. You bare knuckle boxed once at least, right? One
Yeah, I had one
fight.
fight.
Yeah. Okay. So just transitioning in between all these different things, like, is there anything in particular you find difficult with it, or does it just seem easy, or is it just a difference in training?
Um, I mean, the dirty bison and the bare knuckle is more down my lane because it's more like gladiator, savage type. There's no, boxing is more like chess. You got to be methodical. You got to be smart. I mean, obviously, you can go in there and brawl and shit, but what do you do when you're in there with someone that can outwork that brawlness. You know what I mean? Like good example, Mike Tyson. You know, after the third round, if you could last the third round, fourth, fifth with Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? That's when you were able to pick him apart. So I would definitely say boxing is more of a methodical, more of a mind game. It's still physical and still brutal without the doubt, but you have to use your mind as well. Dirty boxing, I can just go in there because either way, I'm just about to tear his head off. You know what I mean? It's a different
Okay.
mindset.
Yeah, I mean that's why they call it the sweet science for boxing, right?
Yeah.
But dirty boxing, that's a perfect name for it. Dirty. You get dirty in there, and I like it. I mean, it's one of the best things that come out lately. And with, like I said, with Mike Perry at the head of that, it seems right. It all fits. Sounds like there's a lot of cloud around it, and a lot of hype. And watching the last event was just fun. So looking at the fact that you're now facing your third opponent in dirty boxing that is an ex-UFC fighter, you feel like this is like a trajectory you're on, or is it just happen to be coincidence?
I mean, I've never been one to shy from an opponent. So a lot of the ex UFC guys are using their pull with Mike Perry, being a former UFC fighter, and they're trying to get their redemption shot again. And I made it very clear that you guys are done for a reason. I did it with Zach. I did it with Fabio, and now I'm gonna prove a point with Alex as well. Um, they need to stay in their lane. Their time is done. My time is now, and I'm not the one to be reckoned with.
You think it's a easier transition over from boxing than it is from MMA, or because it's a mix of both, you kind of have an even playing field there as far as coming over from something else?
I say I have honestly, I have boxers would have the upper advantage because of striking. All I got to worry about is your hands and your elbows, but that's pretty much your hands. Boxing, I mean, MMA, you got kicks, you got takedowns, you got grappling. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't think like straight boxers will do well, but having more of a boxing striking background, you're gonna see those fighters excel more than the UFC fighters.
If there's something that you want people to know about DBX, if they're just tuning in for the first time, with this event, what would you say to them as far as what to expect?
It's brutal. Especially if you're watching my fights. It's entertaining. You get your money's worth. Anybody and anybody, you can hate me, you can love me, but they're gonna tell you the same thing. I'm entertaining. I'm fun to watch, and I'm a full around overall package. I entertain before the fight, during the fight, and after the fight. And dirty boxing is allowing me to do that. It's brutal. It's crazy, and it's nothing like it's nothing like any of these other combat sports. And I'm telling you now, dirty boxing. Mark my words, and y'all motherfuckers can clip this. Dirty boxing is gonna take over the combat league. It's gonna go through the sky. It's gonna go through the rooftop on this one, without a doubt.
I believe that, and I feel like you're 100% right about entertaining before, during, and after. Your lead up to this fight so far has been nothing but entertaining. Your videos that you've been posting about your opponent, Alex Nicholson. I mean, there's nothing to say but entertaining.
Yeah.
As far as, go ahead.
I'm glad he you know what I mean. I'm glad he was able to talk back because I like to talk. I like to play with my food before I chew it up. And anybody that knows the wolf knows that's what I do best. So I always have to play the mental game first, get inside my opponent's head. And he tried firing back with his little weak ass jabs and his shots, but we already know. When it comes to trolling, nobody do it better than the wolf, and I love it because they see the trolling until they get in the ring with me. And anybody that ever been in the ring with me tell you I'm a fucking force to be reckoned with. So it's fun. I like how he's underestimating me, um, and thinking because he's done this and done that I should be worried.
Yeah, and with your last opponent, that went the distance, but it was definitely action nonstop. And do you think that Nicholson's going to be able to hang with you that way? He has beat Pauga in the past, but obviously it's a whole different system here. So, do you think he's going to be able to hang with you, or is he going to end this early?
No, I'm a This is definitely. I mean, it's never the mindset to end it early, but with his draw, man, this is not going to last all 3 rounds. Zach's a tough motherfucker. Um, and I'm not one to make excuses, but I fought 3 weeks before that fight, and I got hit with a TKO. So I wasn't even supposed to be fighting on that card because I thought I was still going to be suspended because they wanted an MRI, and I didn't think I was going to get the medicals done in time. But God willing, I did, and I was stuck with 2 weeks of training. This time I'm fight ready. You know what I mean. I'm in the best shape. This motherfucker want to talk about being fat. He can kiss my ass. Not everybody be juicing. He could eat a big fat one on that one. The signs are there. I'm not the only one that notices it. The proof is in the pudding. But he's gonna see in the ring. He's gonna see in the ring what the wolf's really about, and he's gonna have to do nothing but bite his tongue, tuck his tail between his leg, and I'm gonna send him home packing. And it's gonna be in his home state. That's what's gonna make it so much better. That I'm doing it in his backyard, in front of his crowd, in front of his fans. I suggest if you're not a fan of Alex, I would stay away because after he loses and gets knocked out, we've seen what he did in his last fight. He likes to beat up fans. So y'all fans got, I can't protect y'all once the fight's over. Um, so y'all got, if you're going to watch the fight, be careful. He like to beat up people. He a sore loser.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I feel like there's no way that this isn't going to be entertaining. And I mean, you held your own in that Zach fight, regardless of any of the outside circumstances. You couldn't tell. It just looked like a tough fight. Zach is tough, and you did your thing in there. And in the end, you came out with that win. You were almost more pumped up after you got that win than you were when you got in there. So you weren't feigning that much. I mean, it was a challenge, and it was fun to watch, and you definitely overcame that challenge, and I appreciate that. So it was a good fight to watch, and I'm looking forward to this one coming up next. Do you have any other fights that you're looking closely at as far as on the rest of that card, or you just solely focused on yourself?
I mean, it's another day in the office, so honestly, I don't know any of those other dudes on the card. To be 100% with you, I'm not a UFC guy. Obviously, I know my McGregor's, my John Jones, all you know what I mean. But I don't know anybody else on the card. The only person I do know is the co-main event, because that's my boy Devin. Um, we both did the first original Power Slap together. So when AJ hit me up and he was like, "Bro, you got any heavyweights?" And I was like, "Yo, you got opportunity, you want it?" Because I got a lot of people on a regular basis. Yo, hit me up. Let me get on Dirty Boxing. Until I get them on Dirty Boxing, and then the shit get real, and then they're like, "Hold up, hold up, hold up." But nah, he a real one for taking that fight. He took it short notice. And we about to see. So that one I would say, yeah. If any of the fight would definitely be the main event, because I looked up his opponent afterwards as well, and I noticed, you know what I mean. I seen his resume, and that motherfucker got, he's old, but he definitely got the skill, the IQ, the experience. So it's not gonna be no walk in the park for Devin. Definitely, it's gonna be a banger. So it'll be
Yeah.
fun. The whole card is gonna be stacked.
It seems like the whole card is going to be fun, honestly. I mean, especially with because I am a UFC guy, but and a lot of people know some of these guys just because they were there recently. But as far as as far as everybody else, it just looks like a bunch of good matchups, and I feel like it's going to be a great card, just another showcase, especially for you with this one, with the lead up and everything like that. So I just wanted to, I just wanted to make sure that I brought up, anybody else that was on the card for the fact that it seems like such a great card overall, and I think that it's going to be nothing to miss. I mean, you can all the way through. The last card was really fun to watch, and watching everybody in the main event and stuff like that. Yoel Romero is always exciting.
Yeah.
So I mean, it feels like it's going to be a great event. How is it working with Mike Perry?
It's pretty cool. He's a humble dude. Most of these dudes will get money, get a little famous, or you know what I mean, and act like they're better than everyone. But Mike Perry's a humble dude. I could message him right now and be like, "Yo, blah 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 blah." He'll drop knowledge. He's a good dude, God fearing man, and hats off to Mike Perry, definitely.
Yeah, and it feels like he really interacts with people instead of just acting like the big man on campus. He's one of you, and he shows it. It's just the camaraderie there's undeniable. So
Right.
as far as are you guys fighting in the same
The
venue
same. Yep. Same at
in the
Coconut
hangar?
Grove, the hangar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a cool venue. That first event you had, the private event with the kind of darkness, with a little bit of lighting, that just seemed gritty and dirty. How was that experience in there?
Bro, that I felt like I was in like Rocky 3. Like it felt like Def Jam Fight for New York. Like
Yeah.
it was cool. Like I didn't feel comfortable. I was like, can we be breathing this air? Like, because it was so like foggy and like, bro, I don't know how they did it, but it was such a cool environment. It was cool to watch. After my fight, I was able to go out and watch the other fights, watch your well fight. Um, because actually Yoel fought another power slapper. So, so it was pretty cool. They're definitely that's what I'm saying. There's for it being the second event, and they stepped it up. And the third one, I can only imagine how much more theatrical and everything is going to be. And they're definitely doing it, and they're doing it right.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Well, I mean, this is going to be a great event. It's June 14th happening in Miami. Or you said Coconut. What was it again? I'm sorry.
It's at the Coconut Grove at the hangar.
Coconut. Yeah, at the hangar. Yeah, same place as last time. It's going to be a fun event. I can't thank you enough for your time. I appreciate
No,
you.
no
Um,
problem.
you're one of the most exciting fighters I've seen lately, and just continuing to watch you is the best thing I can say right now for the sport, with the way that everything's going between MMA, boxing, and everything else. Dirty Boxing has a great little spot in there, and you're one of the most perfect people to get that going and keep it going. So I wish you all the best, and I wish you all the luck in your fight, and I'll be watching for sure.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one. Take it easy.
Wolf out, baby. Oh!